Hello, welcome to Abernathy Antiques. Are you looking for anything special today? We have a wide range of haunted items. Oh, I see. Ah, of course, a skeptic. No, that's perfectly fine. We get quite a few. Yes, it's also why a lot of items come back to us after they've been purchased. People don't heed the warnings. Right. Well, we do have a fairly large selection of items. Just anything? Okay, sure, we can get started on anything. If you're looking for jewelry for a special someone or for yourself, we do have this. It's just a small locket. No, this one is not. We took the photographs out because, well, between you and me, it's easier to sell a locket with no photographs, and it's easier to sell a locket, especially if those photographs turn people to stone. So, no, not quite, but similar to a Medusa effect, yes. Now, it was last used in the First World War. Yes, a woman's true love went off to war, and she sent him this locket with her photo in it. Unfortunately, he switched sides, became a traitor to the country. Right. Yes, she was horrified. She believed he was dead for many years before she discovered the truth. And this locket has been cursed ever since. So, if you do plan on purchasing it, I don't recommend putting photographs of yourself or anyone you love in it, because it will doom the relationship and possibly threaten the safety of the country. Maybe not this one. Alright. No, perfectly understandable. I do have another piece of jewelry. This one, it's a slightly less ominous curse on this one. Yes, it's just a cat ring. This happens to be haunted by the spirit of an ancient Egyptian woman. Now, the difficulty that I've encountered, if you'd like to see it, you can hold it. This one is safe to hold. Okay. Yes, it does just appear to be a normal ring. Unfortunately, I have not yet mastered ancient Egyptian, so I don't know what she wants. I don't know if she's upset. I don't know if she's okay. I don't really know much of anything that she's saying, so yeah, that one's a bit more of a mystery item. Okay, thanks. Now, she doesn't destroy property. People don't die when they wear the ring or when they hold the ring. They don't get sick. So it seems relatively harmless. It's just, you will be visited by the spirit of the woman that is attached to it. Brush up on your hieroglyphics maybe if you plan on purchasing this. I just haven't been able to get through to her. She doesn't understand me. I don't understand her. It's one of my most difficult interactions. But again, perfectly safe. Nothing terrible seems to happen to people. So, if you are looking for a beginner's haunted object, I would recommend you consider the cat. Right. Maybe, okay? Now, if jewelry isn't something that interests you, I have an idea. have a fan. Now, I will warn you, we can't keep this fan open for too long. No. I will open it and show you, and then we will close it back up and discuss it, okay? Okay, we're in the clear. This is a Korean fan. Yes. Now, it has the trapped spirit of a gedogebi, which is roughly translated to evil goblin. Now, goblin is a bit of a loose translation. They aren't the Western idea of a goblin. And there are dogebis that are not evil. However, this dogebi happens to be a gay dogebi, which means that, right, it's a naughty one that we've got in this fan. So, if you purchase the fan, again, you may open it. I would not leave the fan open. It's just not. No, it allows greater access, and it could increase the possibility of the dogebi escaping. Well, generally, sort of mischief, tricks, things that are not inherently harmful but could be annoying. But this particular dogebi, it's best if it stays trapped in the fan. It is a bit of a responsibility. Do you speak Korean by chance? No. Alright, well, perhaps this one is not a good fit, because you can't really admire the fan without running the risk of letting it out. And if you do happen to let it out, you're unable to communicate with it, so I'm going to move that to the side, and we will just leave that one for now. Okay. In that same sort of vein, I suppose, this is not a fan, this is a music box, and it's a Japanese music box. You would open this, take the top off, you wind it up, no, you can't touch it without, no. You haven't heard the instructions? Don't touch, don't open anything. Oh my god, is this your first time in a haunted antique shop? Okay, well, in that case, I apologize for smacking your hand. It's just very important that certain rules are followed. Okay, so this is a Japanese music box. I can open the top of this. You may not yet. Okay, here. I'll just put that there for now. I apologize, I wound it up a little bit too much. Now, as I said, this one is Japanese. So, it has a trapped spirit inside of it. Now, not trapped in the sense that when you take off the lid, the spirit will fly out and run amok. It's not quite that. It's more that she is very attached to the object. Right. She is very distrustful. she was wronged greatly in her life, and she had a rather gruesome death, if I may say so. Now, this particular item, let me just... Right, okay. So, sorry, I do have a reference list there. I don't like to offend any of our spirits, goblins, anything like that. Now, she did have, as I said, rather gruesome death, so she is distrustful. She is not, pardon me, she's not an evil spirit, but there are different types of yurei, Japanese ghosts. There are different types, and although, as I said, I wouldn't consider her to be evil, I would consider her to be vengeful. So, if you would like to open this music box and play it, you would need to build a rapport with her. You would need to show that you are trustworthy, show that you mean her no harm. The way that I accomplish that, well, I talk and I listen, but aside from that, it would be to take very, very good care of this. Right. Polish it, be gentle with it, keep it away from any pets, or I hope there are no children in your home. So polish it, dust it, display it, just generally treat it well, be respectful of the object, and if you do find that you start having interactions with her, then again, let her know that you mean her no harm, that you will do everything in her time. You'll consider this one? Excellent. I have been really hoping that she would find the right home for a while now. Alright, so I will keep this one here on my shelf. Okay? Now, sort of switching gears a little bit here. This is another musical object. I would like to just get those out of the way. Some people find them fascinating and they like them. Some people find them to be even scarier than the objects we have that are possessed by demons. This happens to be a porcelain doll. She is... Okay, you're not sure how you feel about porcelain dolls. Okay, most people feel the same way. It's either they love them, they think they're gorgeous and beautiful, or every porcelain doll is creepy. So, I understand. You'd like to see. Okay. So her name is Mary. She was originally meant as a christening doll. Now, this one, it's a bit of a mystery to me. She's not our most evil doll. But I don't know exactly what she wants. I don't know what exactly her purpose is. And I'm not exactly sure what is possessing her. No, because, as I said, she's meant as a christening doll. She has a cross necklace. So, it's just my intuition based on that it's not a demon. But I haven't really been able to get much out of her. And she is supposed to play, I believe it's Hush Little Baby. There's a crank to wind it up. However, if you touch her arms, if you put her down, if the wind blows, if she feels like it, she'll just start playing the song. So we're going to be very delicate here. I will likely not actually wind her up, but I'll show you. Okay? So this is Mary. As you can see here, she does have her cross necklace. Now, the back here is where you have the crank. Although, unless you plan on listening to the entirety of the song, as you may have noticed, it's not necessary to actually use the crank. So, this is Miss Mary, my little mystery. No? Alright, well, are you sure? Well, she seems to want a chance, so maybe we'll put her over here and we'll think about it. Okay. Okay. Hopefully she'll quiet down there for a moment. Well, you don't seem overly interested in the porcelain dolls, but I will show you just this one here. She actually has, this dress is quite heavy. She's well made. Now, the doll's name is Ruth, but she is possessed by a demon. Now, this is no exciting backstory, nothing of the sort, just your run-of-the-mill demonic possession of an object. As I said, nice, well-made clothing. She's in pretty good shape considering her age. She is, well, forgive me for saying a lady's age, but she is a little smidge over 100 now. I did put the braids in her hair. She did not come with the braids. She had been brutalized pretty badly by the time she arrived here. People attempting to destroy the doll, exorcise the demon out of it, burn the witch, silly things like that. I did my best with her hair, but this has been a slow restoration project. And again, just your run-of-the-mill demon inside the doll. I apologize for Mary. Sometimes she doesn't mind her manners. Miss Mary. So, Ruth, I've not figured out the demon's name. The demon seems content to just stick with Ruth. It works. That's what we go with here. Not your cup of tea. All right. Perfectly understandable. Okay, say goodbye, Ruth. And I have one more object that I could show you that I think would be suitable for a beginner. This one actually probably would be safest with you because there are no children where you plan on keeping her. This is Emily. Now, Emily has also been restored slightly, but she has been in fairly good shape all of her life. Emily used to belong to a little boy whose name I am not confident that I remember after all this time, but he unfortunately passed away. He developed the measles, he became very ill, he died. That was the first child that Emily lived with. Yes, that was in the late 1800s. And once the child passed away, you don't have to listen if it makes you upset, okay? Once the child passed away, Emily became very distraught, and her heart just shattered because this was her child. This was her first child, her first family. The parents of the child were understandably grief-stricken. There was nothing they could have done to save his life. So they left his room untouched for several decades. Emily sat in that room with no love, no affection, no child for several decades. And once the parents passed away and their home was cleared out, Emily was passed around because she did remain in very good shape. But by that point, her heart had just shattered into so many pieces that it could never be whole again. And her grief is contagious. The goodness in her died of a broken heart many, many decades ago. And now, any child that she is given to, she doesn't intend on harming them. She doesn't want to harm them. But the sadness and the loneliness in her has taken on its own energy, and it transfers. It is much more easily absorbed by children. They are much more open to that sort of thing. So the children often develop these mysterious illnesses, and they pass away as well, because the energy of her loneliness and her depression has manifested into something almost contagious, ironically enough. So adults are better equipped to resist those sorts of energetic attacks. And Emily does want love. She does deserve to be loved. And perhaps in time, with the right person, patience, somebody who's not susceptible to that, maybe her heart would start to heal again, and the grief, the depression, the loneliness would slowly start to diminish. And hopefully she would be able to go home with a family and not run the risk of them dying. You do like her. Okay. That is wonderful news. Now we also, well, I did put Mary aside because she did seem to be interested in you, as you heard. And I appreciate you remaining quiet. We do have this music box, of course. I do think that for you, Emily is the safer option for a beginner in these sorts of collections, for somebody who doesn't have small children. Again, as I said, I would recommend Emily. However, I do think that this music box could be a good fit if you're not one for stuffed animals. Okay. Right? You're not sure if you would... Oh, I see. You're not sure how you and Emily would get along. Mary apparently would still like to be considered. Oh, you would? Okay. Interesting. I did not expect you to make that decision. Mary, it looks like you found a home. Now, because Mary seems to have chosen you, and not the other way around, first let me... Okay, yes, just be gentle. No, her body is... Her body is not porcelain. I apologize. It appears that she's quite happy about going home with you. Mary. Right. Well, as I said, because it appears that she has chosen you, I think it's only fair if I knock down the price. Okay, so let me just get you a receipt. Okay. There. Alright, and would you like to pay with a credit card or cash? Okay. Yeah, I just have to do it over here. Okay. Alright, accepted. Okay, well, I hope that you and Mary have a good night, and maybe you'll be the one to figure out the mystery behind who and what she really is. Okay, good luck. If you have any questions, any concerns, any increased paranormal activity in your home that is making you uncomfortable, feel free to call me or come into the shop. I find that sometimes people don't have the time to call before they run out of their homes screaming. So just give me a moment. You may ring the doorbell at any time, and I will be down as quickly as possible. Okay, well, it was lovely to meet you, and I wish you both the best of luck. Okay, come again.